Welcome back. FEMA, listen, you came to the hurricane victims. You really, welcome back. Like, share, subscribe, share this video. You can't make this up. I don't know what kind of government government this is that we dealing with. I really don't understand. But I'm gonna read some articles, play some videos because these people are suffering. This is the second most disastrous hurricane since Katrina. And we got Kirk out there forming now. The hurricane season now over to November 30th. So let's get into it. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, now they're saying they can meet immediate needs, but does not have enough funding to make it through the hurricane season, according to Awful Mayorkas. Come on, StreamYard. Come on, StreamYard. Don't do it to me. The agency is being stretched as it works with states to assess the damage from Hurricane Helene and delivers meals, waters, generators, and other critical supplies. Now, some people are saying that they're not even trying to go into but our citizens who have helicopters and everything that are willing to go, they're saying that FEMA is stopping that. Why? Now, allegedly, I don't know if this is true because I have not done the research on this. They're saying that in that area, Asheville and parts of Tennessee, that there's lithium there that the government needs. And they're not, I haven't done the research on that. So that is allegedly. When I do get a chance to do the research, I'll come back and make a response to the lithium claims. But it wouldn't surprise me. Listen, these people have been experimenting on American people since the 1800s. They just don't know. And I'm going to get in that on another video on biological chemical warfare because we definitely going to get into biological. And I want to show you from the 1800s all the experiments that this administration, not this administration, that has experiments that have been done on the American people all the way up. Or if I'm gonna talk, oh yeah, I can't talk about that on YouTube. I forgot. Um, but I can talk about it on my Rumble. Follow me on Rumble. Download Rumble Agena 19, AGENA 19. And I'm gonna stop. I haven't posted videos on there for a minute. Dang, that's what I need to do. You know what? Let me go. Let me record this video real quick so I can post it to my Rumble. Because I need some followers on Rumble. I really do. Let me go ahead and record this video. I forgot about my Polo Rumble account. Come up and chat. I am. Let me flip off. Okay, I'm going to record again. All right. So FEMA disaster response. So allegedly they're saying that there's lithium there, and that's why they not doing a fast response for those areas that have been washed away. And like I said, based on everything that's been done to the American people, in the past, I believe that it's probably true. But at this point, I cannot say. Okay. There's the link if anybody want to come up. So The agency is being stretched after Hurricane Helene and delivers meals, water, generators, and other critical supplies. The storm struck Florida last week, then plowed through southeast South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee, flooding towns and killing more than 215 people. They're saying that his body's just floating and the stench is horrendous there. Come on, stream now, God, touch this computer and let stream y'all work for me, Lord. Oh my God, please, God, because I'm just gonna have to just delete this and then just Mayorkas was not specific about how much additional money the agency may need, but this remarks on Air Force One underscored concerns voiced by President Joe Biden and some lawmakers earlier this week that they may need to pass supplemental aid for the victims. Kirk Cummings, Mayorkas was not um okay. We are meeting the immediate needs with money that come on, God. Come on, God. I'm gonna have to put some holy oil on this. On StreamYard. Come on. Come on. We are expecting another hurricane hitting because Kirk is out there forming now. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the hurricane season. Recently replenished a key source of FEMA's response efforts, providing 20 billion for the agency disaster relief fund as part of a short-term government spending bill to fund the bill also gave FEMA flexibility to draw on the money more quickly as needed. Both chambers of Congress are scheduled, however, to be in their home states and districts until after election as lawmakers focus on campaigning. Mayorkas made his comments as Biden and Jezebel Harris fanned out across Southwest to witness the damage from the hurricane and seek to demonstrate support. Come on, StreamYard. In heading to North and South Carolina while Harris is going to Georgia. Now, they offering $750. I don't know how $750 supposed to help anybody when your house just done floated down the river and your cars, your farm is gone. How the audacity, just like y'all did Maui, you gave them their houses burnt up, cars burnt up, the jobs are gone. Companies have been washed away that employed these people. What the hell is $750 going to do for anybody? That's not even a week stay in a motel, hotel, and to buy groceries. I'm just saying, in Maui, you gave $700 and listen, awful, awful. You can't make this up. More than 150,000 households have registered for assistance with FEMA, and that number is expected to grow. Um, the devastation was especially severe in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where at least it's now the death toll is over 215. Around Asheville, North Carolina, communities were wiped off the map, and you gonna give these people $750, and then you want to ask for my vote? Maui, Hawaii, $700 while you just sent another 8 billion to Ukraine. F Ukraine. That's how I feel about it. F all of them. Take care of your own people first. This is awful. Awful. I cannot support you and will not. And these migrants still coming here. In August, the jobs report Americans lost 1.3 million jobs, and 1.2 million of those jobs went to migrants. Make it make sense. No, I will not support you. Get out of the global compact of migration, which is sponsored by the UN. The UN controls our borders. I did a video on that. The global compact of migration, the truth about it. Watch that video. I read the whole compact. We are a part of that. We don't have control our borders. The UN does, and the World Economic Forum. Open border policy. Now, this is the update. Oh, God. At least 223 people have died and hundreds are unaccounted for in the destruction by Hurricane Helene. More than a week later, some residents and communities remain isolated. Watch where the bridge was totally washed away from access from land to what. So if you're in that Asheville or that community, you can't get off of it. You stuck with no power. And another thing that pissed me off, it's just coming to my memory. Trump went down there with busloads of supplies for the truckloads of supplies for the people. Got Elon Musk. Y'all, oh my God, come on, stream y'all, Jesus. So that so that the people in that community can have access to Wi-Fi. And FEMA would not give Elon Musk access to get in there with his engineers to let the people have access in some form of communication. What kind of heartless, 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 uncompassionate people? Oh, I forgot we dealing with devils. I forgot Biden a Satanist and we don't know and Harris she Hindu. I forgot. Heartless. And spotty service has made communication difficult. And you had somebody with the means and the money to help the people and wouldn't give him access. You can't make this up. As people dig out of the muck and survey the damage to their homes and cities, stories of heroic rescues and devastating losses are coming to light. If you would like to help donate, don't donate to them big people. Donate to a local church or something like that. Do not donate to Red Cross, National Volunteer, because you don't know if the people getting the money. And definitely don't donate to FEMA. Asheville's deputy police chief said the city has processed approximately 300 totally missing person reports and that 270 of these people are alive and well. Those found have been put in contact with family, friends, and whoever reported them missing. Now, police are working actively on 75 missing persons with assistance from the FBI and Homeland Security investigation. The city is working to restore the water system. He said the North Fork water treatment plant was built to be able to withstand a typical hurricane event. That once it's fixed, 80% of the water will be restored to Asheville. Let's see. So Walmart said they would donate 10 million to the hurricane relief efforts across the affected states. That's nice. Dolly Parton said that she's donating it as well, and she feels terrible. You know, she's working, providing relief for citizens affected in Tennessee. Her company partnered with Coca-Cola to donate a semi-trunk full of water to Cook County, Tennessee. FEMA said that it was misinformation that President Donald Trump said, and that is having a negative impact on the people. But one thing I could say about him, I don't really think that he is a liar, because I've never seen an administration just lie as much as this. Never in my life. The agency today pushed back on the claims that it's only, okay, now this is a good thing, that it only provides a single payment of $750 to disaster survivors, though its serious needs assistance program says, saying that that is false. That along with the $750, you can apply for more assistance, which is probably a loan. 700,000 people without power, and that's in North Carolina. Georgia, 190,000 people without power. Virginia, 10,000. I didn't even realize that Virginia was affected. So in Atlanta, of course, that's the number one city for scammers. FBI Atlanta warned that the public of disaster scams happening for Hurricane Helene in Atlanta, Georgia. Some scammers may go door to door to target residents in affected areas, or call, text, or email with promises of aid. That is awful. Real government workers are required to keep and show it if requested. Residents can call the agency directly to confirm a worker's identity. How they supposed to call? And you wouldn't let Elon Musk go in there to do Starlink so they can have communication and Wi-Fi. So how they supposed to call? Oh, so about that. So now they're saying no disaster. This is from a spokesman for disaster. Relief funding was used to support migrants' housing and services, none at all. But there's a portion of FEMA that goes to support the border. That is a fact. So now they're saying FEMA has the funds it needs for immediate response and recovery efforts for Hurricane Helene. In fact, FEMA has been able to provide over 45 million in direct financial assistance to individuals and families affected by the hurricane, including over 17 million to those recovering and rebuilding in North Carolina. StreamYard, stop it. God, touch this computer. I don't want to have to redo this. Let this StreamYard work. Stop it. Maybe I got to, you know what? Let me move some stuff from behind this. Now they're saying in North Carolina, it has changed this landscape forever. Fairview, North Carolina is still reeling from the hurricane with mudslides, homes reduced to debris, roads destroyed, making car travel impossible. It's total chaos. We have mountain slides that have pushed houses into roads, and giant boulders have been pushed off of mountaintops into roads, into houses. Homes have been pushed as far as 200 yards from their foundation. Oh God. Well, here come Kurt. God is not playing. He hitting every state. Judgment ain't coming. Judgment is here. God, do what you gonna do. Sometimes I just want you to come on and destroy it quickly. Just get it all over with. So all this foolishness can just stop. So I know are sending crews down there to help with the restoration of electricity. New Jersey sent 99 men. I know Michigan sent like 100. North Carolina authorities say they're still searching for hundreds of people reporting missing in the wake of the hurricane. And they don't have no water. But they said that should be up and coming. No restroom. While communication would be on Wi-Fi and communication, StreamYard, stop it. I'm pissed. I don't want to redo this video. So they're saying now the power 282,000 out in South Carolina now, North Carolina 231,000, Georgia 201,000, Virginia 13,000, and in Florida more than 10,000. Hurricane victims. Hospitals take steps to conserve IV fluid after the hurricane strikes for those who may be in critical condition. Families of missing and dead Impact Plastics employees held a vigil yesterday to honor the loved ones who died last week in this catastrophe in Irwin, Tennessee. At least 4 deaths from the factory have been confirmed. At the vigil, the crowd announced each of the victims' names as their families lit candles. Remembrance to the victims. Some breaking down in sobs. Where's the compassion? Where's the love for our fellow Americans? This is not about black or white. This is just doing the right thing for people who are suffering. For this, Yahweh gonna deal with you. Because you gonna pay for this on how you treated God's children. Oh, you gonna pay. One way or another, whether it's in your family, sickness, wealth. Because as Babylon, America is falling, you gonna pay for how you treat the least of these, my brethren. That's scripture. That's awful. Rosa Rosano is one of the workers still missing at the plant. Sure, and for change. Okay, I'm just gonna get into some videos now. I just wanted to read. You gonna pay, America. You gonna pay because judgment is here. It ain't coming. It's here. It's one of my favorite. She's in Tennessee.
So good morning, friends. Welcome back to Appalachia's Homestead. Man, them geese and turkeys. Are y'all gonna come help me make a video? Look at this. Have you missed me, babies? Look at all my turkey babies. Look at this. Look. Okay, say hello. Look at Miss Blanche, honey. Are you molting? Look at her, y'all.
Let me go past this. I need her to get to the point.
They are mad as hell. They are mad as hell. They are justified in being mad as hell. Okay? And I'm going to tell you that I am going to do my best as an American, an Appalachian citizen of this great country. I'm going to encourage us to try to keep our heads mostly. It's because rescue is still happening. Babies need formula. Elderly need oxygen and insulin and ice for that. The devastation is beyond anything that you're ever truly going to be told unless you have been there. And even with that, you won't know everything because this is. The death toll continues to rise. We know that. We don't have solid numbers, but I am seeing astronomical numbers. I'm not going to give you a number because it is still hearsay. I like to tell you what I see, and if I hear something or read something, I want to give you a source in which it comes from. A lot of the things that I see are from my own eyes, obviously, but all the things that I hear, they are from people that are boots on the ground. But at the same time, I want to be careful because I understand how mad people are getting. Let me remind you again that rescue is still going. Let's not trip something off to stop that, because we're talking about innocent people of all colors, all in need of rescue. If you are trying your best to help, find a charity donation spot that you are comfortable with.
Let me go past.
You know is going to do with your political alignment. It has a lot to do with where are you located geographically and what does anybody want from that spot. And you know what? You're just in the way. Okay? You're just in the way. And we've watched for a fact that people in certain alignments politically will eat their own. They'll eat their own if they have to.
Sure will.
And they leave you high and dry. So you've been left high and dry. We're all left high and dry right now. So this is what I'm saying. Anger is devastation, and you're seeing it, and you may be experiencing it. Please take that and channel it into something productive at this time, if you can. Stories that I absolutely do believe, but because I wasn't there to see it, I'm hesitant to pass the word.
Me too.
Because again, I'm trying to keep people focused. It is worse than you know. So this puts people like me in a precarious situation. But I want you to focus on prayer, and I want you to focus on, if you can.
She is Appalachia Homes. I'm only gonna play a little bit of this. Let me just get there to it.
Of the airport, and we got to overhear.
Now these are the stories.
This is a video that is making its rounds on X right now, and I want you to hear from people there witnessing and overhearing these conversations what they have to say.
A flight of pediatric medical supplies that were brought in and are going to North Asheville. We were sitting in the private portion of the airport, and we got to overhear an awful lot. The Army pilots, the Navy pilots, hospital representatives, there was a lot of chatter. While we were there, a private jet landed, and 4 Fema representatives got off. 4 people off of a private jet. Come to find out, and you're not going to hear this, so let me tell you. Come to find out, Mission Hospital was told, a private hospital, that they are going to go ahead and be the morgue center for body recovery. While the Army Chinook helicopters you're seeing said, and you can take this as a direct quote, said that they are too tied up at the border to send any more representatives. Yeah, at the border. So anyhow, I guess border control trumps whatever's going on here. So they told Mission Hospital they are not sending refrigerated trucks so that they can stack the bodies up. And we also overheard that whatever fatality numbers you are hearing, and this is a quote, go ahead and add a couple of zeros. Going to take over body recovery, and private individuals with their private helicopters and their private planes are the ones who are flying in supplies. I was at Hangar 10. I was picking up supplies. There was a stack for the Cajun Navy. FEMA is doing nothing.
So who's surprised, right? I mean, really? Who's surprised? I mean, come on, really? Okay, so 4 people flying on a private jet for the environment, if you believe it. And down to King Whatever in different places out there telling people, oh, we have your $750. That's going to save your life, even though you lost your home. So that's the 48 people. They're bragging about the personnel they have involved who are not boots on the ground, who are not doing
$750. Kiss my tail.
Work for a federal bureaucracy that's not doing anything. In fact, in some cases, the accusations that they're hindering the process. Now, poor FEMA, we don't want those guys to have their feelings hurt, do we? By updating the website, because we hurt their feelings, apparently, by calling out their crappy efforts or lack of total effort at all. They have a section on their website called Rumor Response. Wow.
And they do, and I did read it. They said everything that the people are false, and he's not lying. They do have a rumor response. Yes, they do.
People in North Carolina, you deserve to hear this.
This is North Carolina.
All right.
I gotta put this down for a minute.
Usually, in a disaster situation, it is payday for truckers. We look for that hurricane. We look for that ice storm. There's generator bases. There's excavators, skid steers, bulldozers, tree trimming equipment, pumps, like water pumps to pump water out of places that have been flooded. There's no
Hold on, I gotta put this
on the
down.
load board coming to you within 125 miles of Asheville. It's called Truck Stop. This is where I find all my loads. Chicago, Illinois, up at the top. Within 250 miles of Chicago is where I'm going to pick up. The second is the destination. So it goes origin, destination. Watch. See? Drop-off location. Let's do city. All right. These are all $1.40 a mile loads, $1.39. That was posted yesterday. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing. These are loads that you wouldn't even, nobody's taking them. They're just on the load board. They've been on there since yesterday. You can see it, right? Let's type in a different city. That's from Chicago. Maybe Tennessee, maybe Nashville is closer, and they'd send resources from Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, within 250 miles of Nashville, to Asheville, North Carolina, within 125 miles. Let's see, that's it. That's all the loads. That's all the loads that are 28,000 pounds a month. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, what the hell is going on here? I had brokers call me and tell me, Stu, have you seen any loads going to Asheville or like anywhere around the Carolinas, South Carolina, Georgia? Is there any like FEMA loads? There's none. Zero. He's been a broker for 6 years. And he's talking to other brokers. They're saying the same thing. What's going on?
When I hear propaganda, for example, and when I say propaganda, I'm talking about when I start hearing politicians talk about, oh no, everything is fine. The people is okay. People is doing great. We out on the road. We on the ground. We get into it. I always
they ain't did nothing.
I'm this guy of doing something that she's saying that he shouldn't have done. With skepticism. Because she'll come back 30 years later and say, oh man, I think this is what happened to me after this person went and got a bunch of money in a lawsuit. And so I mean it with skepticism. Is it a possibility that it happened? Absolutely. But I still meet it with skepticism. Why? Because I believe what I see, not what you're selling me. And so this is why I love to bring receipts in everything that I do personally. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, for example, if I say, hey, I'm building something, I'm doing this, I'm buying that, I got to show it. Series is going out, going like that.
You guys, they're back at it again. Watch this update. Just watch this.
Yeah, a COVID warning for everyone's life.
Oh no, shit, that's the wrong video.
And if you have an iPhone, get away.
Wait, that's the wrong one. I'm gonna start doing a series. Things that make you go, And that was what that's for. I forgot. Getting back.
Wait until you hear this.
The 40 million a week that comes on the airplane and comes in
Oh no,
Afghanistan.
that's part of that.
For the sake of my message with me because I can't be.
So I got a question for the United States government. Where's the money at? There are dams that are failing in Tennessee and North Carolina right now. People are dying. People are losing everything. They've already lost everything. You know why? Because they're living paycheck to fucking paycheck.
Facts.
Where's the money? Y'all came to the aid of Israel quick. Billions of dollars.
Facts.
But when it's our citizens, when it's us, we're nowhere to be found. Why are we still paying taxes, bro?
Right.
Fuck the jail. Fuck everything else. Fuck the United States government. They're like, bro, people, look it up. Look it up right now. There are dams that are failing in North Carolina and in Tennessee. And we're just one storm away from that being you. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I'm safe. I'm fine. But this is bullshit because guess what? If I would have gotten a gust of wind, it would have been at the Gulf Coast and it would have been over here. What the fuck are... So I got a question for the United States government.
This is how people are feeling. You cannot make this up.
If you don't think you're
either directly affect what the board of 23andMe en masse was on.
Country has ever seen. The reason why those Americans in North Carolina, those mothers, those fathers, those precious little children, were left to die, were left on rooftops begging their government for help, that an illegal alien resettlement agency, its manpower, its dollars, its resources, its mental energy was spent over the last 4 years learning how to do one thing, how to get illegal aliens from outside the country into your town. And so when disaster struck, they were not ready, they were not prepared, they were not capable, and they did not care. And our fellow citizens, including babies, children, young kids, were left to suffer and drown. They did not scramble the helicopters. They did not scramble the military. They did not send needed assistance. But if those children had been living in a foreign country, they've been living in Haiti, or they've been living in Venezuela, why then Kamala Harris would have sent in help immediately.
Facts.
Betrayal like we've never seen before, Sean. This is infuriating. Country Americans in North Carolina, those.
And this is how people are feeling. This is how people are feeling.
You're dead right. That's the reason we're not black men. The first load that we took up there, the local government up there told us not to bring anything, and they said they didn't want anything, that they were waiting on the federal assistance. And then when we tried to take it to a federal FEMA organization for distribution to the people, it's a statement that they not to bring any more resources here.
Not to bring in any more resources. FEMA announces non-citizen aliens will be granted disaster assistance. This is an article.
Time for us today. Big questions that we have that can only be answered by someone with your pedigree. Where is the American military as Americans are suffering and dying? I'll preface this by saying our sources on the ground tell us that there are hundreds of bodies, American bodies, still eventually perish still in this storm. Where is the American military?
Yeah. So a couple of things that I want to cover. And Nick Sotor is unbelievable. And being on the ground there doing what he's doing, I mean, talk about courage. So let me take it to the big picture first, because then I will take it down to North Carolina and what from Apalachicola, Florida, all the way up to the Appalachian Mountains of Western North Carolina. So probably looking at 150 counties, in various states that are in a complete disaster zone. And so this is a federal government has been totally absent, okay? I mean, absent. And I have folks that I'm working with right now, and I'll talk a little bit about what we did in North Carolina, what's going on in North Carolina, because people out around the country are, frankly, some around the world are asking where they can help, but certainly people around the country. So the big picture is we got about...
But I want to show you.
There are some things in life hard to wrap your head around that you can't be told. It's something you have to be shown in order to believe. With that in mind, I want to talk to you about weather modification and how it's been happening for decades. And this is probably what we're seeing with places like Lahaina and Maui and North Carolina and the Appalachian Mountains, where they can manipulate and control hurricanes.
They can't.
I'm going to put up a patent number here in a moment. Either screenshot this, write that number down, and do a little research for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. I want you to look this up for yourself.
Right, but weather modification is true. Okay, this is going to be my last one. Right here.
Well, you're going to have to just excuse my appearance because we have no power. We have no running water. But I'm just so pissed off that I've got to make this clear. We got a notification from FEMA. I'm guessing that's FEMA for Tennessee. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's supposed to be the disaster relief people. But they were like, do not donate your time. We don't want you to donate time unless we ask for you, and we don't want you to just donate money and stuff to us and get your instructions from us and listen to us. What? And then they said yesterday we don't go into areas that the roads are not easily accessible.
Wow.
What? You are the disaster relief people. Like, that is your job, to go into the areas that are hit by disaster and provide relief. Not to just go to the easy area and sit and wait for the people. The roads that we do have were cleared by the locals, and you have to have trucks and stuff to be able to get through there. Like, it's just beyond me. So, and you have us all messed up. If you think you're going to come here and bark orders at us, and then expect the people just to give you the money and us trust you don't go into areas that are not easily accessible.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
This is County, girl. So donate to our local churches because they will make sure that the people that are need it will get it. You need to just, while we appreciate what help you're trying to provide, I don't think you understood the assignment, because it's not to just go to one location in hopes that the people in the disaster area can make it to you. So just sit back and watch, and we'll show you how it's done, but we're not going to stop. So
this is unbelievable.
How do you say stuff like this with a straight face?
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750.
Awful.
Folks who need immediate
Awful.
payment.
$750. It's time to ask for some of that overseas money back. And who's FEMA? Old buddy in the back? What the hell? This grocery bill gotta be double that. $750. We got illegal immigrants getting EBT cards, free housing, cars, and some
Illegal, free housing, free cars, free medical, free everything, free college. Shit, one family just bought a house, interest-free loans. Now you got people just dying with it, disastrous hurricane, and then you come with $750.
Something very sinister is happening in the Appalachians, and we need to fucking talk about it. Trigger warning. Anybody that's sensitive and can't handle hearing about this, go ahead and scroll. For those that are like me, that cannot allow this bullshit to continue, listen up. We have already seen the videos. We've already heard the eyewitness accounts. People stating, trigger warning, piles of unalived individuals being found in riverbanks, on lakes, in the streets, in their cars, and nobody seems to want to come to retrieve them. The fact that we can even allow that to happen, like the absolute utter disrespect for these people. These people were grandmothers and grandfathers and children and aunts and uncles. Like, since when do we not respect our dead? But then it gets worse. As you listen to these videos, as you watch these videos, you see the devastation. Whole roads are completely wiped out. And I understand if people are not familiar with mountain areas, they think, oh, it's one road, you go right. Yeah, that's not how it works. Most mountain regions up there, FEMA set up camp in an accessible area and has told multiple people that they will not bring aid to people in inaccessible areas, which makes you wonder why the fuck they're even there.
Right, that part.
That's okay. We
that part.
Volunteers, right? Volunteers that'll go out, private individuals that are going to go out and help these people. Yeah, they're being threatened with arrest. People brought their privately owned helicopters to try to offer aid to get these people off the mountains, or at least bring them supplies so they don't starve to death or die from dehydration, because it has now been 6 full days of no water access for these people, and they're being threatened with arrest. Trucks have come to the region with supplies. Their tires are being slashed. Something very sinister into the mix, that there's an entire sort of, all of a sudden, things start stacking right in place, don't they? I just saw this post on X, and again, I try not to say that it's true. So that's for you, TikTok. I'm not trying to spread any misinformation. This is for educational purposes. The entire town will be bulldozed over, bodies and all. And that now the federal government owns that land. This is a fucking land grab. They do not care about these people that are stuck in the mountains that they've been able to manipulate weather for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Technology has existed for a long time. So how am I supposed to believe that this is all coincidence? And how is it that I'm supposed to believe that this kind of lack of support is an accident? I'm absolutely enraged. And I am not going to stop talking about this until there is some kind of resolution for these people. I am but one person. I don't have the resources to donate. But the one thing I can do is use my fucking voice. And I'm not going to shut up about this. These people do not deserve this. And for any of you idiots that think that they do, just know that you're next. We allowed this to happen in Maui. And now we're allowing it to happen again in the Apple. How long until it's your neighborhood or your town or your family being left to rot in the streets? Please share, and if you're going to donate, only donations from the churches. So find local churches in the area, donate directly to them, or if you know somebody in the area, donate directly to them, because FEMA is not helping at all. Not to mention that they're stating they're apparently out of money, but we could send billions of dollars to the Ukraine.
Right.
I'm so fucking
Israel.
tired of this.
Right. Me too. Me too.
Take for my fellow American to get to that point either. This is absolutely tyranny needs to stop. God bless the people of the Appalachians. My heart, my soul is with you. I pray that God puts his hands on you and by evil right now. And people like me will not stop talking about it. I don't give a fuck what TikTok does. Something very sinister is happening in that.
And that's it. That's it. This is no longer about black and white. This is American versus migrants, for real. This is the coming civil war. This is the coming race riot. Us versus them. All planned, all calculated. Brilliant. Judgment is not coming. Judgment is here. God, come on and do what you got to do. Come on and keep hitting it. Keep hitting America. Bring America to her knees so all this foolishness can stop, God.